bunch of stuff coming up on First Take today. We got future NFL players coming into the house. I got the commissioner of the National Hockey League, Gary Bettman. He'll be in the house. But of course, we got to talk some NBA players. Are you ready?
I'm always ready.
Are you sure?
I'm always ready,
really?
Stephen A.
Always?
The question is, are you ready?
You got to go there. You gonna be nice there, aren't you?
Yeah, of course. I'm always nice.
You see how they lie? Both of them are trying to come at me because it's the NBA playoffs. It's what they do. But it's what I do. First Takes in the house. Let's roll.
Sabonis writhing in pain. So he grabs Draymond's leg right there. Now Draymond steps on him.
My leg got grabbed. I gotta land my foot somewhere.
That brought us together. We huddled up and we're like, yo, we have to win this game.
Here's Fox. Oh, yeah! And suddenly they can't miss. They have waited so long for moments like this.
We're not accustomed to hitting the panic button. We know what it's like to deal with that pressure and outside noise. It's nothing new. We can go home and protect home court and give ourselves another opportunity to win here.
Good day. Welcome into First Take Pack Show today. Of course, we've got Monica, JJ, Stephen A. We also have two special guests in studio. Stephen A., you mentioned it off the top. NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman and former Alabama linebacker, future top NFL draft pick Will Anderson. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hi, everybody. Welcome back, SA. How was the flight?
Football, we're going to do that hockey today. We're going to do that hockey. We're going to do that hockey.
I love that skit.
Yeah, we're going to do that hockey. He don't know anything about that. He's too busy working all the time.
You do?
He don't know that.
I go to Rangers games.
Do you know what we talk about when we say we're going to do that hockey?
No, I don't.
I'll tell you a commercial break.
It's going to be a fun show. It's a great time
Let's
in
do it.
sports. We're covering a lot of ground. But we start in the NBA where the Kings are wearing the crowns thus far. The Warriors. Draymond Green was ejected after stomping on the Kings' Domantas Sabonis. Green was tossed in the fourth quarter of the 114-106 Game 2 loss after taking a hard step on Sabonis' chest. Sabonis stayed down for a few minutes as officials reviewed that play, was called for a technical foul for grabbing Green's leg, and Green was given a flagrant 2 foul that led to the automatic ejection. The dynasty that is Golden State is down 2-0 to Sacramento. Here's Draymond with more.
Draymond, can you just walk us through what happened there?
My leg got grabbed. Second time in 2 nights. Referees just watch it. I gotta land my foot somewhere. And I'm not the most flexible person, so it's not stretching that far.
So you didn't really see where you were stepping, you just kind of...
I can only step so far. I'm pulling my leg away. Explanation was I stumped too hard.
2 times you've been held with Sabonis, both times?
No, it was Monk last game. Right on the baseline under the rim. Either you're going to stop it. John Goble was looking at Monk hold my leg the last game, and he just let it go. And Zach clearly was watching my leg get held this game and let it go. So I guess ankle grabbing is okay.
All right, let's unpack this. Stephen A., I'll start with you. Do you think Draymond should be suspended?
It's a hard one for me to call. On one angle, I'm looking at him and I'm saying, damn it, it calls for a suspension because it looked excessive. From another angle, I saw Sabonis grab his ankle, and then you're saying, wait a minute, he has a point there. I gotta admit, I'm torn in that regard. I will tell you what I do believe is going to happen. And I'm praying that it won't, because obviously you need Draymond to win this series, in case you haven't been watching what Sacramento has been doing to them in these first 2 games. It wouldn't surprise me at all if the NBA suspended him, because look at what the NBA does in this day and age. You do see people get suspended for less. And in this particular instance, because of how it looked, depending on which angle you're looking at it from, I think his explanation helps his case. But I don't know how much it'll help against the NBA, considering how the NBA has really been dogged about making sure any kind of transgressions aren't taking place. Not to mention the fact I don't think it helped that the Sacramento Kings pointed out how the lungs for Sabonis were being examined, MRI, X-rays, etc. They're being examined. Let's see how in other words, they're trying to say he was harmed by that, and as a result, what are y'all going to do about it? And I'm not saying they're faking it by any stretch of the imagination, but it certainly didn't hurt their case to highlight what he's had to endure because of the stomp on his chest if you want Draymond Green out of this playoff series in any way.
I do not think he should be suspended. I think the way that it was officiated in real time, a technical and a flagrant 2, indicates 2 players were in the wrong. One, obviously more egregious than the other, but I think because of the play, now if they was rumbling, tumbling, just ended up on the floor and decided to use Sabonis as a step stool to get off the ground, that's a different conversation. But I think the nature of the play, the call in game, I'm cool, dumb plays on both parties, let's move on.
I don't think he should be suspended, and I also think it's important to understand the context of what has happened over the past 2 games. And if you go back to the possession prior to Andrew Wiggins' potential game-winning 3, Sabonis pulls down Draymond. All right, they go basically 4-on-4 the rest of the way. Then there's the play early in the 4th where Draymond gets called for a foul. They eventually overturned it. Then Sabonis knocks Draymond over on the offensive end. He draws a charge. The physicality through 2 games in this series has been extremely high. The way they're grabbing Steph off the ball and they're allowing it. Like normally, if you bear hug a guy off the ball, they're going to call it. They're allowing it twice, 3 times. Alex Len last night had multiple possessions where he set 3 egregious legal screens. They didn't call it till the 3rd time. So they are letting a lot of plays go. And Monica touched on something. I think this is important. Sabonis initiated this incident. And that's why I think he's not going to be suspended and he shouldn't be suspended. There are 2 punishments already in place. The technical foul. Here we have, there's an example of Curry off the ball. Here's De'Aaron Fox on Curry here. They're grabbing and holding. Like, the punishment is already in place. Sabonis gets a technical, Draymond gets ejected. The other thing I want to say is we can't sit here and bemoan the lack of physicality in today's game and then want a suspension for Draymond on this.
Right.
In 1984, Kevin McHale